Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Better Together as One podcast and TV show. My name's Margaret Wallace-Duffy, and this show would just not be the same without my two co-hosts, Claire Gavin and Mr. Todd Miller. How you guys doing?
Great.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I don't know, Todd, you did not get the memo, apparently. We're wearing this bright color. I'm sorry we didn't get you in the loop, but you're looking good as always.
You know, there's that old saying about being a fifth wheel. Someone didn't get the memo.
You know, it's really funny. Claire and I always laugh about how great minds think alike. We truly did not talk about this morning and just showed up on camera. So we welcome everyone the way they are here on Better Together as One. And today we're really excited because we have got a great show. And as always, we bring inspiring people to the table to talk about real stories and struggles, but being authentic and recognizing how we're better together as one. So we're really excited today to hop into a topic that's near and dear, certainly to my heart. And I know, Claire, you feel the same as well. And Todd, what I love about having you as a co-host, that you bring a man's perspective. And when we talk about body image and body positivity, I think often we focus on women. But that is not always fair because men too have their own body image issues. They may manifest differently and they may not talk about it with their buddies, but it's an important topic. So what better two people to bring on to talk about this? Leslie Ann Spicer is an incredible fascial stretch therapist. She's a personal trainer, an online wellness coach, happens to be a good friend and a colleague at Wallace for Wellness. We are so excited to have her share her story and her passion and purpose when it comes to helping people live their best life in terms of exercise, nutrition, and mindset. And next to her, also wearing a red, which we didn't plan that. Whoop, whoop. Caterina Moda is an influencer, a model. She has 365,000 followers online, and in a world where we have social media and so much judgment, I am so excited to have both of you ladies on to talk about how we navigate these waters of the comparison game and making sure we have our own self-worth. So welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So let's hop right in because we've got lots to cover. Leslie, I know that you've been very candid online about your struggle when this pandemic started, about feeling down and mental health being a struggle. And here you are, a health and wellness coach and needing to inspire other people. Can you tell us a little about that experience? Because I'm sure there are many people that can relate to that. And then what you did to sort of help yourself, which has turned into helping a lot of other people.
Right. No, for sure. I'd love to share. So shortly before the whole pandemic went down, I was actually in New York City visiting my best friend, going to be celebrating my birthday. So there was a huge plan going on, and literally within a couple days of me getting there, everything kind of switched and changed. And we actually quarantined in her apartment until I could get a flight back home. So I had to cut my trip short. But going into that week, I was super pumped, super excited. I felt for the first time in 5 years since being out on my own that my business was kind of where I wanted it to be in terms of being busy. My roster was full. I was coming up with different ways to help more people because just physically the time I couldn't dedicate any more to clients. So I was going in feeling really good that week. And when everything started to shut down and then, businesses were getting shut down, the social distancing went from, you can be in a group of 500 to nobody. So it was that whole thing of feeling high and then very low in a matter of 48 hours, literally. And, my best friend that was with me, at the time I was just trying to keep positive and she was like, everything's going to be okay. But inside I was just like, what is going to happen? So I obviously booked a flight, first flight I could get out. It was a very eerie experience driving through Times Square with nobody on the streets. The airport was empty. My plane had 10 of us in it. So it was very surreal. I felt like I was in a movie. I was like getting home, like I was stranded somewhere and I was getting home and not knowing kind of what I was walking into, and having to do the 14-day quarantine right away. And, I've been really blessed with some great friends and clients who, I got home and had groceries and all that stuff. So I was very thankful for that. But the first 2 weeks and going into the third week, it was a lot of self-reflection and being like, holy crap, what am I going to do? Because I'm not going to be making any income. I don't know
Right.
for how long. So, like everybody, I went through the grieving process of what was happening. And, from my past and my past experiences, 5 years ago, I probably would be in a different spot right now. But I think because of the work that I've done with myself and the mindset work like you talked about earlier, instead of it lasting, months and weeks of feeling depressed and not knowing what to do, I kind of by that third week, I was like, okay, I've got to get out of this because I don't like how my mindset is. My nutrition was brutal. My alcohol intake was higher, which was not normal for me during the week. And just feeling very isolated and alone. Being an extroverted person and being with clients all the time and always having plans on the weekends and then having nobody. It was literally in my apartment, just like quiet and just like, what am I going to do? So then I was like, okay, I got to get myself out of it. And the one thing that I know what motivates me is being accountable to others. And I think that's why I love what I do, because when I see my clients doing, the work, it motivates me even more. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to start a 4-week group. I started it as a plant-based. Let's do a 4-week plant-based. I've always wanted to do that. There's heart disease in my family. So I've always wanted to kind of go into that direction and, had the time to cook and try new recipes. And right away, I think I got like 30 people just based on my clients and people on Facebook that kind of saw what I was doing. And then gradually over the weeks, I saw a transformation in myself, really focusing on the nutrition. And I had some physical and mental changes happen. And then after that 4 weeks, I was like seeing all the comments and all the support that everybody in the group was giving. And I was like, I think I need to keep this group going, because it's not just about 4 weeks. It's about, this is a life process, a life transformation for all of us. Right. So it turned into the plant-based group to nutrition for life kind of thing, but then also incorporating the group, the mindset work, and the movement for anybody that wants to, get into the exercise portion of that as well.
I think your story is, I think, thanks for being so authentic and real. And I know that there are going to be other people that are listening to this at home and perhaps feeling the same way. What I love about what you've done, though, is that you've been better together as one. You've brought people along to elevate them too. And that's what this show is all about. And I want to thank you for doing that. And now, as of this morning, right before this podcast was recorded, you now have 100 people in that group and counting, and you're making a difference and an impact. So thank you for that. We're going to take a quick break. We've got lots more to talk about here. So we're going to be back with Caterina, Moda, and Leslie. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.